Andrew Brenner? Yes, this man is a godsend. He is an angel. He is the savior of Thomas and Friends. 90% of you are probably wondering who this guy even is. Um, so, who is this Andrew Brenner person? Why should I care about him? Well, I'll tell you. Andrew Brenner, you see, a long time ago. Oops, sorry. I have a lot of space now, finally, because one of the boxes finally got moved. I have so much space again. Anyways, remember the Dark Sharon. I keep dropping my camera, I'm sorry. Remember the Dark Sharon Miller era? And how much of an abysmal travesty it was with only a few good episodes once in a while? Yeah. Somehow, Hit Entertainment or Mattel or whoever finally understood what was wrong with the show and all. Or noted the show was broken, and they sold the show to Mattel Creations instead. And they fired off Sharon Miller and got in a new head writer, Andrew Brenner, and a bunch of his writing team friends, as well as a whole new crew. And thus, season 17 of Thomas and Friends was born. At first, it started off kind of normal. Not the best, but it's still really good. It's still a lot better than it was before and all. But then, we started getting more and more episodes. Season 18, which was phenomenal. Season 19, not as good, but still good. And the unbelievably, amazingly, incredibly, fantastical season that was season 20, as well as the decent season 21, aside from that ending. Thanks a lot, Mattel. But, you see, I was not the big Tom. I was not that big. I was still a big Thomas fan back when the CGI Sharon Miller era was around and all. I loved, at the time, Misty Island Rescue and Day of the Diesels. Oh, the irony. And I still have a lot of, collected items from those films and all, which is why I have Den and Dart, the Shake Shake Bridge, and tons of other sets and stuff for Trackmaster. And I also loved Blue Mountain Mystery, which just shows that, the Sharon Miller era ended off with a bang, at least. And starting to segue into the good era now, finally. And then King of the Railway happened. You see, around the beginning of summer 2014, a long time ago, back when I got our first family shared tablet, we went up to Arizona, and I started watching, to see our friends see Heydos up in Phoenix for a wedding. And we were there for about a week and all, and we brought our tablet, and I also brought some of my Thomas trains and a bit of my Trek with me, and I was in the upstairs bedroom playing with my Thomas trains and toys and binge watching the heck out of the season 17 and 18 episodes. And I also got to watch a upload of King of the Railway, and I loved it. And also there was a whole lot of hype for Tale of the Brave, so I have nostalgia for this time period. And I watched episodes like Duck in the Water, Gone Fishing, Bill and Ben, and just tons of excellent episodes, and I love them so much. I didn't really see season 19 come out and all, but it does have some good episodes. It was still a very solid season, but season 18 and 17 were a lot more memorable. But then, because of the way how season 19 was a bit more corporately mandated and made because of Mattel's tinkering and all, I never would have thought that something as phenomenal as season 20 would have come along. And all of this is thanks to Andrew Brenner. Whether it be the Glenn episodes, or the Missing Breakdown Train, Blown Away, and just tons of... Oh, how can I forget the Smalley trilogy? It's unbelievably incredible. Episodes like these melt my heart so much. With old references and nothing too on the nose to the point where it becomes fan service. Dark in season 18. But, yeah, it's amazing. I love these episodes so much, and Andrew Brenner is the person to thank for it all. And he's also put together some great films as well. Like I said, King of the Railway and Tale of the Brave. But also Sorter's Legend of the Lost Treasure. And, of course... Treasure? It sounded weird. How can I forget to mention... The Adventure Begins. Oh my goodness, I love this film, and I already made a salute on it. I haven't loved everything he's made though, because as we all know, Mattel started tinkering and stuff like that and all with certain specials. The Great Race and Journey Beyond Soda. But clearly, the good things from those specials were clearly from his genius. All the bad things were from either Mattel's tinkering or Andrew Brenner trying to work around the issues and try to fix things under a really tight schedule. That's forgivable. What's not is what Mattel did. But anyways, you know who likes Andrew Brenner? Me, the Unlucky Tug, James A. Williams, and many more. We all have him to thank for the incredible Arc Productions era. He's absolutely stunning, and it's such a shame that he had to leave. Well, he didn't have to leave, but he decided to because of how terrible everything was becoming. With all these Big World Big Adventures changes, and considering how many episodes involving Edward and Henry and other classic characters that he's made, he found it very heartbreaking to see such classic characters being removed from the main cast and replaced with bland goody two-shoes, so he left. But hopefully someday he'll come back. Maybe he still is right now, who knows. But anyways, yeah, screw Mattel, and Andrew Brenner rocks. End of salute.